All right, it's 25 minutes before 7 o'clock here on Morning Live. Now, the ANC in Joburg Council will be in court this morning to try and force the council speaker, Vasco da Gama, to allow a secret ballot in the motion of no confidence against him as the speaker, as well as the Mayor Herman Mashaba. Da Gama argues that the council rules do not allow for a secret ballot after a motion of no confidence is debated. The speaker and the mayor, who are both from the DA, were elected into their positions last year after the ANC lost control of the metro. But joining us now in our studios here in Johannesburg to take this discussion further is Matshidiso Mfikeo from the African National Congress. Good morning to you and thank you so much for coming through.
Thank you very much and good morning to you and to your viewers.
Thank you so much indeed. Why no confidence in the mayor and the speaker? We
are convinced that the mayor and the speaker, different reasons. The mayor, for starters, is running the city out of in a financial mess. Currently, the collections are not done in the city. City Power is running on an overdraft, and we're seeing the mayor breaking all the rules, investigating everybody, treating people, even staff in the city, like people who are not professionals enough. The speaker, we feel that he is not allowing the executive to be held accountable by council. You will note that in the past council meeting last month, the executive brought about 20 or so reports, and 14 of them were withdrawn, and the speaker allowed it. So we feel that he is not managing council properly, so that council can do its oversight. So both of them are not actually serving the residents of the city, but they are serving the DA as an organization.
All right, but is this not politically motivated? Is it really in the best interest of the residents of Gauteng? Because we've had explanations in terms of the billing system. We've heard the mayor talking about the investigation, saying that he's trying to root out corruption.
It is not a political game. It's all about focus not being on service delivery. The mayor's investigations, they are not yielding any results. Instead, the city's money is being used.
But people were arrested.
And their cases were withdrawn at the same time. The JMPD, 105 people, the case was thrown out of court. He did a massive investigation on City Power, spending more than 15 million. That report is sitting on top of it with her because it does not give out the results that he made public before and what he had anticipated. We see a person that is running the city like a MacGyver or some chief investigator, not consulting even the residents or even parties in council themselves, except those ones that are in the coalition with.
So you're going to court this morning. What happens if you do not make it in court?
What we want to do is the motion to be put in council, and that is what we're asking the court to do, so that the council debates it, and if it's debated, then the council will make a decision as to what happens. Right now, we found a speaker who sat in the programming committee and took a wrong decision or an unlawful decision. You know, he is part of the people that we want a motion on. He sat and said and decided with the committee not to have the motion being presented to council, which is not the function of the programming committee. So we are hoping that the court will say to them, put the motion, let it be debated, and council must vote on it, not the speaker and a programming committee whose function is purely to process reports that must go to council.
All right, so should the motion be granted, do you think you have enough numbers as the ANC? Because what we see playing out here in Gauteng legislature is the similar situation that played out in Parliament.
We think we do have the required numbers. The reason why we wanted the motion actually to be voted in secret is because we know that there are some DA people who are not happy about the leadership style of the mayor himself. They have committed to working with us. Even if it doesn't go through the motion, the secret ballot, we will still garner enough support for us to change the leadership of the
So are you saying that you've been in consultation with some of the DA members that are not happy?
Some of them actually approached the ANC. Not us going to them, you know, because the mayor does not even listen to his own caucus.
But what are they unhappy about?
The way he runs caucus, the way he doesn't even take advice from them. You know, his word is always final.
But as the ANC, do you think this matter could not have been handled internally within the legislature, within the council itself?
We put the motion through the processes. It's them that took it out into the public without even council having debated it first. So we are satisfied. That is why we think the court will stand with us, because we put in through before. There are timelines for motions. So we put in the motion before the timeline passed, and the mayor himself took it out into the public. So it's not us who made it a public issue, it's them.
But have you also been in consultation with other political parties like the EFF, for example, because we know that they've made a statement that they're boycotting all the DA-led municipalities. Are you in consultation with other political parties as well?
We don't know why they're boycotting the councils, and we are talking to parties that we think will work with us in order for us to restore the city back to the leadership that we think will run the city financially, will run the city and ensure that people have services. So if the leadership is talking to the EFF, we would consult with them if they are amenable to being consulted.
All right, so the matter is before the court this morning?
We are going to court this morning, and we're hoping that the court will allow or force the speaker to put the motion tomorrow. Council is tomorrow and Thursday, so that is what we take into court.
All right. No, we'll leave it at that for now, of course, pending the court outcome. Thank you so much for talking to us.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you very much indeed. Well, there you have it. That's Matshidiso Mfikeo from the ANC within the city of Johannesburg. She's the ANC's mayoral candidate. So do you have a mayoral candidate if something happens to the Democratic Alliance?
I am not the mayoral candidate. The ANC put up Pakstau as the mayor candidate. We're still comfortable that if all goes well, he will be in a position to lead the city.
All right. No, we'll leave it at that. Thank you so much for coming through. Well, there you have it. It's 19 minutes before 7 o'clock. We're taking a break here on Morning Live.